But the point I want to make about all of this is that in spite of all of that, the values that make us this thing called British don't just belong to this island and haven't just been adopted by this island. They are held still and have been adopted by many hundreds of millions of others, many of whom do not even like our country. I come from a family that understands this history. I'm the 10th of 10 children. I was born here. My siblings, where my parents came from, in British Guyana, then part of the British Empire. Our family tree has deep roots, but because of slavery, we barely know what they look like. We were probably, back in the day, Fulani or Mandinka Muslims. When we were brought across the Atlantic, we became Christians. Why? Because we were owned. And in my case, our family was probably owned by a man called John Gladstone. Yes, of that family, the father of William Gladstone. And by the way, we talked about reparations. There were reparations, and the reparations went to the Gladstones, the biggest receiver of reparations for after slavery in the British Empire. These are foul things. Yet my father, like many others, soldier in the 1939-45 war, part of the Windrush generation who fought for this country. The planes in the Battle of Britain were kept aloft, in many cases by Caribbean-born engineers, men who flew in the Lancaster bombers, men who died in Spitfires. They believed in what this country stood for. And the ones who survived went home. And they fought for independence. My family, one of my relatives, spent 9 months in the prison in the year I was born as part of what the colonial office described as a seditious group of 9 men who had attempted to blow up a monument. He had nothing to do with it, even now I'm telling you. But the point is, we didn't want to be subject anymore, but that didn't mean that we were ever ashamed or embarrassed to be British.